Well, welcome back, everyone. We are here with the whole crew. We're here with Chor Bazaar. Welcome to the show, guys. How you doing?
What's happening?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
We had a bit of a shuffle just before. You guys are kind of like figuring out where you're all going to sit. And that leads me to like the most important question, I think, which is that you're a six-piece collective. What is the logistics of like all of the creative input on all of the different, mixes and stuff like that? Who gives it the green light, or does it have to be like a full group consensus?
Yeah, we all just yell at each other until we come to a solution. Yeah, basically. Look, we all we get along. Like, we're all chasing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have personalities that like are different in the group, and everyone just kind of does a different thing. They have a different role, but at the end of the day, it's like we all want the same thing. So we're just gonna get there in the end. And I think every decision that we kind of make, it goes across everyone. Like, we don't really leave anyone behind, So that's the only way to stay together as a group as well.
Yeah, that's true. Otherwise, it tears itself apart. Is there a kind of does one person bring like an idea to the group that everyone fleshes it out, or does it kind of like you each work on like an individual track and then you see how that blends across kind of the whole the blend takes and stuff like that?
I think it's like organized chaos, bro. I think it's
like a bit of both to what you said.
Yeah. Okay.
I think people definitely have the freedom to go kind of crazy with their own ideas, and if everyone's rocking with it, we'll all jump in on the same idea.
A lot of the best ideas come from the chaos, like the initial chaos, right? Like with creativity, you got to be a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And once we get to that initial idea, then we start fleshing it out and building like some structure around it. So
yeah. Nice. It sounds look, we're flat chat doing two people, so six. Yeah. Good on you. You guys do it well. In your words, like Chor Bazaar's aim has been to kind of to weave a new Desi sound. I suppose what makes EDM a particularly potent like platform to achieve that as a goal? Like why EDM is like your your outlet?
I mean, look, we work across a variety of genres. Not just EDM. We do work in like the rap space, like hip hop, R&B, and our goal is just to essentially be genreless, like boundless, like in our approach and our style. But electronic music is something that we really resonate with, not just as artists but as DJs and tastemakers, and we all like, I know me and mine have come from that background as well of creating EDM like for a lot of our lives. So I think it's just a great outlet just to connect with people, So.
Yeah, it's certainly an outlet that I think has such a potent like feeling in the room when you play it live. Like you can get that energy back off an audience. Do you guys kind of, I suppose, when you're all kind of again collaborating and especially in a live sense, do you get that sense, that feedback from the audience, more with any particular type of genre that you play in, or is it kind of just across the whole, the collective of the work?
Look, we play a lot of different genres at gigs.
Yeah.
I'd say like most of the best gigs have come from like, people that enjoy like that EDM space, like just, whereas we play a lot of like garage, jungle, that kind of stuff, that high tempo stuff.
Yeah.
High tempo dance music, like we see a lot of people resonating with that. In Australia, I'd say like, it's probably a big piece of that. Overseas, I guess they feel more of the R&B stuff.
Yep.
The hip hop stuff. They're a bit more receptive to that, but yeah, like over here, like people love it, and we're just trying to like bring our culture into it and like almost just give that little twist that people like, so people just like, what's that?
Speaking about the overseas audiences, at the end of last year, you guys did a tour of India. It looked insane, from the big club shows to like the DJ sets that you guys were mixing like on the street in the front of vinyl stores and stuff like that. What how did you feel that the crowds, I suppose, differed in that sense, and like the reactions that you got from crowds when you were playing over there versus here?
I'd say, I mean, it's a different world over there, It's like where we come from our background. But at the end of the day, it's like, how do I put it?
I think the audiences in India, from our personal experience, were, they were really surprising in the sense that they were ahead in certain aspects that we didn't expect.
Yeah.
But then in certain aspects, we felt like they were lagging a couple of years behind as well. But all the audiences were super receptive, and like the crowds that we played to were just really fun crowds in general. Apart from even the bigger cities, some of the smaller cities really caught me off guard.
Yeah, right.
Like playing on a Wednesday night in Hyderabad to like a room of 200 people was like, what are you guys doing here? Like, how do you know about us? Like, why are you out here to see us?
It's a different world, a different energy, and it's like, it's good to experience that as an artist, spread your wings across the world, get involved in the cultures, the dance scenes, the music industry over there, it's super important, and I think we had a really good experience with that. 100%.
It's interesting you mentioned like that in many ways they're ahead, in many ways they're like behind in terms of like the genre mix. We were just chatting with Mel Blue earlier, who they're electronic producers as well, and they mentioned that they have just been over in Europe for European summer, and they felt that like it's such a weird balancing act where the European summer they'll do their thing first, and then Australian DJs and producers will see that and go, cool, how do we make that our own for our summer? And then like it just keeps going back and forth in that kind of way. Do you find that that's a similar kind of bounce between?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think there was almost a sense of like there was almost two crowds in India. One was the crowd that we felt like was trying to almost emulate a Western audience.
Yep.
Where they have clearly seen through the internet, cool shows, whatever's happening around the world. They're like, okay, cool, we want to like resonate with that. But then the shows that I think we enjoyed more for sure was the people that knew of those worlds existing, but kind of just said fuck it, and they were like, let's just do our own thing. And I think those are the shows that we really enjoyed because those guys are carving out their own like niches, their own lanes, and that was a cool world to step into. From being from here and going over there and getting to see, okay, cool, there's really talented creatives out here like pushing the needle in a way we weren't even expecting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting way to like see how it, like the that kind of like universal language that like goes across everything. I suppose another part of the Chor Bazaar project is how important the visuals are to everything you guys do. Everything that you guys drop is so aesthetic and moody and really cool. I suppose when you were kind of sitting down to work out what you were as a collective, how early in the conversation did all the visuals come into it as like, bringing that brand together for you guys?
Very, very early.
Yeah, it was I guess like part of how we started it, visuals, music, DJing, production. It was all like a package from the jump. We came together very organically, almost by accident, I'd say, right? Me,
Yeah, I mean, like,
and
he
Manu
was
initially.
he was running all the visuals initially, and I've known Mana for time. But then DDG used to just float the ideas to me. He'd just be like, what do you think of this? And I'll be like, oh, that'll be cool. Maybe add this. And then he'd take that on board. And then what started off as advice just became us just continuing to work together. Yeah. So now both of us just do all the visuals together. So, and then, Manav gets involved as well. And
I think also over time we've kind of like helped curate, like develop each other's tastes where we feed off of each other and kind of just strive for something very tasteful.
Yeah, and it's a collective vision now. It's like back then it may have been like we may have agreed on things, but now it's much more unified, right? It's like the brand has a real succinct identity.
Its own vision. Because individually, obviously, we're all artists in our own right, individually, right? And everyone runs their own thing outside, and we help each other out outside of CB. But like the CB vision itself has become its own.
And then that in turn feeds into all our individual stuff as well. So
yeah,
it's really just a constantly growing.
It's kind of become like a character on its own. Exactly. You guys are all kind of working with and feeding into, and it's like a bit circular in that way. That's very cool. I suppose before we let you go, Bigsound, we're here looking to the future of music. What does the rest of 2025 look like, and into 2026 look like for you guys?
Number one, more music's coming out. Like that's what we got to do. We have the mix coming out that Daku did in India. It's going to be a big one, so keep your eyes open for that. We're collaborating with another label in India for that one. And also just more shows. We want to try and do more events, do more exclusive things as well. Manav and I have planned like some video shoots as well. So yeah, there's just a lot more content coming from us, and like we just don't want to slow down. So
hey, we're excited to see it. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time and having a chat to us today.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man.